my loves, welcome back to my channel. Here you get a first class seat to my experiences, both bad and good. Msishtuke mkiona hii nyama. We are cooking as we talk. I'm almost approaching my night shift. Na before niingie night shift napenda kwa nimepika chakula mingi so that when I'm doing my night shift ninakaa tu, ninakuja nyumbani, ninalala asubuhi, ninabeba food ya kwenda job ama ninakula nikiwa home. Spendi stress mingi nikiwa night shift. It's a lot of work, okay? So I thought we are going to do something a bit different, where we are going to talk about kuhama, moving out at whatever age, preparing yourself to move out, what I did when I was moving out, maybe advice hapa pale. I hope it helps, because some people are asking me about the process, so I hope I can help it, okay? I moved out last year. Nili move out last year. Kwa miaka gapi? 24. Nikawapea pale peer pressure TikTok. Nikiwaandikia moving out at 24. And everybody saw me bringing in the fridge, the TV. And people are like, oh, Sidri, you're moving out with having planned everything. God way. Why? Vitu ziko social media msiache ziwa pressure. Okay. So, I started planning my moving out when I think I was in third year. Something in me had told me I'm going to be able to move out in third year, and it didn't happen. Haikufanyika, sawa. I used to stay with my sister Shaz. It was a nice stay, but I used to feel like I really wanted to be independent. Nilikuwa nataka kujisimamia kidogo. Yeah. A lot of things led to that, not even on her side but also in my life, and I felt like nilikuwa nataka kujisimamia. Okay, ni vizuri kujisimamia once in a while. Nijue bei ya maziwa, nijue bei ya vitu kadhaa, you know, nijue bei ya vitu. Watu wakisema tunateseka, nielewe kuteseka ni nini. You get it? So around that year is when nilifikiria I wanted to move out, and I thought I could save up enough. I didn't have a job. I could only do errands hapa pale, which would give me 500, 1,000 at most. Haikuwa pesa ya kukuhamisha. Umeshika? Na reality kalinigonga. I think after I finished 4th year, niliongelea kwa TikTok video yangu nikasema when I finished 4th year, baby, it was a struggle to get a job. Hata sawa chocha, and that's why I really took my running errands job very seriously. Cause nilikuwa nadhani mimi si mtu wa kungoja, nitatoka campus nimepata job pap, but that did not happen. Okay, I used to think immediately I finish 4th year I will move out, be able to take care of myself, cause my sister Shaz did, but that didn't happen for me. But I didn't stop saving up. So first tip is you need to start saving up now. Hata kama uko first year na unafikiria unataka kunini third year, hata kama umemaliza tu shule na unafikiria in 2 years time nini ndio utafikiria story ya kuhama, hata kama umefikisha miaka 30 na unasema bado hakuna job poa, but you know you can get like a 500 somewhere, you need to start saving that 500 now. You know why? Shopping ya 500 hata inaweza kunulia kiberiti kwa nyumba yako. And what used to motivate me was when I started running errands in Kamukunji, I used to see how much household goods are. Ningeona maybe thermos ni 2K, ningeona maybe chopping board ni 300 ama 500. Na nilikuwa najua that 500 I am saving is not for nothing. Nilikuwa nakaa nina save ka 5, so nasema nyumba yangu imepata chopping board. Na kaka na save 2, so nasema nyumba yangu imepata kikombe, imepata jug. Nilikuwa najimotivate hivyo, so pole pole nilikuwa nimeanza na ka jug, ka chopping board, ka jug, ka chopping board. Then I realized bila kujua roiko easy wizi. This is a new one. Nafaa kujadi huko. Hapa mjanifurahisha. Anyways, back to the story. Kimchezo mchezo, That's our daughter. I was very consistent with the meet your shopper thing. Okay? The first time I looked at my account, na msiniulize uko na hiyo pesa yote na ujui. I think I had saved 50k. Mchezo. I had saved 50,000. Ndo nikaona by this moving out thing. See, dream ati yenye haiwezi come true. Okay? It's something I can actually do. And how I got to 50k was adding up kathao 5 so inakutana na 5 so ingine inakuwa thao. So pole I had saved up to 50k, and that's the first time I actually saw, wait, nimejinunulia kama TV ama bed. Like sasa nikiweza mwa kuhama niko na kitanda, umeshika, ama TV. Like it was the first time I felt like I could buy something big. So saving up as small as you have, trust me, makes a lot of sense. Hata 30 bob ni fair kutoka kwako ama hadi stage, ama kutoka kwako ama hadi tao. Ushajilipia fair mara moja ya kwako. Like, don't despise small money. I remember there is one time I had spoken to someone and I was telling them about saving, because by that time nilikuanga nimeanza kusave. I was now very interested in saving and teaching people how to save. And I remember aliniambia tu, sasa 50 itanisaidia na nini? And immediately I tried to talk to you about something, and I noticed your mindset cannot be changed about some things. I don't push, by the way. I'm not someone who pushes. So niliachananga tu na hiyo story. But I wish that was someone who had so much potential with saving, because wazazi wake walikuanga wanamsukumia kakitu mara mingi. So I used to look at the person and see, aki walai ingekuwa mimi. Before we continue, napendaka Karoiko. Number 1, niliziiba Naivas. Na before Naivas wanikujia, apparently Royco walikuwa anapeana free samples. Maisikia kitu ya free supermarket. Alafu nikabahatika nikawapata time wamefunga, ama sijui wameenda wapi, wanangoja kuja the second day. I carried these things. I carried like 20 of them. 20 plus. Wacha niache kuwadanganya, 20 plus. Aka kitu kananifurahisha, nikale kapili. Wao lazima kapilipili kwa umbali. That perfect amount of chili in that cube. If you're a chili person, that is definitely for you. Back to the story. Don't despise your small savings. Usijidharau juu uko na ka 50 ama uko na ka so. Imagine ka save. Kwangu hata 30 bob ni pesa, 20 bob, hata 10, hata 5 ni pesa. Ni pesa yenye sikuwa nayo nimepata, and I'm truly grateful for that money. So immediately nilisave 50. Niliona we naweza kuwa serious. So my small money accumulated to that. I was very proud of myself. It was a very proud moment. Hizo ndo zile masiku nilikuanga Snapchat, nakumbuka mpaka nilistreak nikisema I am so proud of myself financially. I was so proud. So number 1, I saved a lot. Number 2, I think I told you guys nilikuwa nafikiria nitahama Thadia. I had to face reality. What I wanted and what I could do at the time hazikuwa zina match. Sawa? So don't be too hard on yourself because you thought at 30 utakuwa umehama, at 25 utakuwa umehama. Don't be too hard on yourself, because I was so hard on myself. Niliwa feel nika nimefail. Mimi ni failure. I used to feel that. Now imagine that was not the case. That was not, I was just pushing. That was not the case. Back to the story. Nataka mchukue points, okay? First one is save. Okay? Ya pili, don't be in a rush. When everything aligns and you're sure, just go for it. Don't doubt yourself. Number 3. Nani aliwaambia watu tu wako na pesa ya kuhama ndo wanaenda house hunting? If you already have a job and you're saving up for a house, I think it's important to move around places zenye unaona kuna potential ya wewe kuhamia. Ama kama uko na side hustle na inaenda vizuri na unataka kuhama, of course maybe unaweza taka kukaa place yenye iko karibu na tao ama karibu na side hustle yako. Start going around, okay? Move around, know house prices, know if you can maintain a house. I'll give you an example. Apart from rent, place ninakaa, tunalipa stima kando, tunalipa maji kando, tunalipia takataka, na vile nilihama, nililipia hadi contract. So if I had sat down and niseme, you know what, tuseme hata maybe rent yangu ni 10k. It's not 10k. It's just a range. Tuseme rent yangu ni 10k. Nikae chini niseme, nikisave 10k niko sawa. Okay? Maji ni around 500. Stima ni 1000 plus. Takataka 300. Sijui nini. Unapata kuna tu vitu kama 2000 on top I have to pay for. So if you just prepared yourself with 10k rent, 10k deposit, hizi vitu zingine kukuja zitakuwa out of your budget. Move around. Hakuna mtu atakuchapa. Enda ukiangalia nyumba sasa, 1 bedroom ni how much? Bedsitter ni how much? Get everything so that you're prepared, so that if you thought rent ni 10k, you go back to the drawing board. You now start planning with 15k. Unajua now, najua for me to maintain this house on a monthly basis, ninahitaji 15k. Anza house hunting sai. Kwani nani atakuchapa? Na kwani umeandikwa mahali kwa uso una pesa, hakuna mtu atajua. Na hakuna caretaker ama landlord atakataa uone nyumba yake. They also want that money. Okay. So start now. Kumbukeni guys, we are talking as we are cooking, so unihurumie pia kidogo tu. So, enda utembee kwa hizo manyumba, sawa? Number 4, that's number 3. House hunting should not start when you already have that money. Do it even before you have the money, so that you understand what living alone means and how much you can really finance. Number 4, know what you need in a house. Okay? Personally, nilikuwa already nishapata gari by the time I was planning to move out. So priorities stopped becoming I just need to move out to I need to move out to a place that kuna parking na kuna security. When I moved around the place ninakaa, nili notice I have to compromise on one thing. Manyumba zenye ni kubwa na ziko na space, hazina parking, hazina security. The best house I got where I'm staying right now, guys, my house is very tiny. It's like a tiny studio, but parking is good, security 24/7. Those are the things I had to compromise on. So you need to know what you have to compromise on ukihama. Kama personally nitakwambia kweli, kama mtu anaishi mahali niko hana gari, ame compromise space na analipa pesa yenye mimi pia nalipa, sitamuelewa sana. Maybe tu ako na pesa mingi, but kama una pesa mingi, I would not advise on that. You can get more space at the same price, and you know, you move out and you stay well. But now me, I had to compromise because of the car. Sawa. Another thing I would say is live not under your means. Chini ya maji. Ishi kama maskini. Okay? I had a place, like my sisters can say. My sisters would usually say, ama hata sayu kiwauliza, they would say I'm very stingy. And the reason they would say I'm very stingy is, maybe I don't spend. I don't just spend. I don't sit down and I start spending. Apana. Ni ngumu sana. Ni ngumu. Sawa. And the reason I do not do that, by the time nilikuwa nimeanza kusave, I already knew I had a goal. Hawakuwa najua, but I already knew I had a goal. And those goals don't stop ukihama. Now I have new goals. I can't just start spoiling myself until I know I've met another goal. I've met the next one. Don't overspend on things you can't afford. If you have a goal you really want to reach, don't overspend on things you do not need. It's not worth it. When I was in campus, mi sikuwa naenda tu sherehe hivi. Sawa. People my age were doing it. Sometimes I felt left out. But when I looked at the bigger picture, nilikuwa naona there's something I'm saving towards. So nilikuwa na pesa ya sherehe. But this was the only way ninaweza access pesa ya sherehe kama nime save this amount on a monthly basis. So nilikuwa na work hard na make sure nimefika goal. Tuseme kama goal ilikuwa 5k hiyo mwezi, siwezi enda sherehe hadi niweke 5k kwa savings. Umeshika? So nilikuwa najikakamua kuamka kufanya nini ndio niende hiyo sherehe. Alafu siwezi enda sherehe nitumie 5k na nimetoka kutaka kusave 5k. That doesn't make sense. I feel like sherehe should take up at most 40% and your savings should be at 60, because trust me you, if yo kizungu, trust me you ilikuja na mail. Yeah, ilikuja na mail. If you save 5,000 and you go out and spend 10,000, tell me that, do you think that makes sense? That makes zero sense. Okay, you should save 10,000, spend 5,000. You need to know how to find that balance, because sherehe ni kitu ya siku moja. What you decide to do with your savings and investments ni kitu ya maana sana. Nimesahau tuko namba ngapi, but another thing I noticed, know how to save your money properly, ama save your money to work for you. My boyfriend introduced me to money market funds. He told me about it. Money market is the more you save, the more you get. But here is the thing. If you have your 10k in a money market, inakupea kama 30 bob. 30 bob. Hata ikupe 30 ama 40 ama so. Hiyo ni 30 bob ulikuwa nayo? Hiyo ni so ulikuwa nayo? Haukuwa nayo, si ndio? So value, I think I started with saying, value even the small money. Because when I used to commute, nakumbuka my sister used to give me some money for transport. Na one of the ways nilikuwa naenda na transport ni by school from Nyayo, sometimes it would be 30 shillings. Hiyo 30 bob nikisave for the whole week 5 days, hiyo ni 150. 150 kwa mwezi ni ngapi? Wewe fanya hiyo hesabu mwenyewe. Then now multiply it by, let's say 8 months. It would be like 3,000 and something, or 2k. Tuseme kitu kama hiyo. So hiyo 2k ni 2k sikuwa nayo, ni 2k pesa yangu imenipea just by sitting somewhere called a money market fund. Okay? I'll talk more about that if you guys are interested. So if you're saving your money in a bank, if you're saving your money in a place that it's not gaining you interest, hata kama ni 1%, toa. Shaz will talk about SACCOs, and it's something I'm thinking about currently. The thing I would mention about saving, yenye niliongelea huko juu, the way I got my discipline in saving is, mi nilianza na kuingia chama ya mama angu. Yeah, you heard that right. Chama ya mama angu, because I needed some consistency. So I told my mom nataka kujoin chama yake, and I got a lot of consistency from that, because I knew sitaki kuaibisha mama angu. Na hii pesa nina save itanirudia. So that's why I got the consistency in saving. I started with chama ya mama angu, then now habit ya kujisavia mimi mwenyewe iliingia tu automatically. So started with a chama, then ingiad directly into saving for myself and knowing how to keep money for myself. And I think from everything nime mention, financial literacy na kujinyima kidogo is something very important, because usipofanya hivyo hakuna kitu utaweza kufanya. Umeshika? I hope that makes sense. Hautaweza kujisaidia. There is no age to start saving or investing. You can start as early as campus, as early as high school, and you can start as late as your 80s. Hakuna age ya mtu ati haizi invest ama kusave ama nini. Just start now. The other trick I would say, I shopped for most of my things in November. November has crazy sales. I got almost everything on offer. Yeah, I got almost everything on offer, especially my cooker, my fridge, the TV, microwave. I have a bullet, the whole Mika bullet, blender nini. I got most things on offer. So if you can wait till November before hame, please do, because kuna crazy sales. My mattress, yani I got crazy sales. So I would really advise, if you can, wait till November. Kitu ya mwisho yenye ifai kuwa ya mwisho hata ingekuwa ya kwanza, omba. If you're a believer, pray. Personally, I believe in God. Whoever you believe in, omba. Imagine omba. Ilifika tu point ilibidi ni blackmail Mungu. Nilikuwa namwambia God, najua uwezi taka nikuaibishe juu mimi ni mtoto wako na uwezi taka nikuaibishe. Nikisema unaniinua afu usiniinue. It got to a point where I had to blackmail God. But however you pray, I think praying not only got me through it, but it also gave me a lot of hope throughout the process. Because as I've mentioned, there were so many times where I thought, this is happening now. And it was not happening, you know. And of course you'd feel some way because it's not happening. Pray. Sawa? I think I have spoken a lot. I have yapped. Okay? Nimeongea kuongea. If you need more clarification on anything, do let me know. If you need help with anything, do let me know. I am here to like help you throughout the process if you're comfortable with that. If you need me to mention where I got some things, do let me know, because I got things at very good prices. And you don't need to start so big. So I had so much time, that's why I planned so many things. You don't need to start so big. If you have a bed, you have cooker, gas, kale kamoja tu kadogo, you can cook for yourself, you have a place to sleep. Hata si must ikue bed. Wengine nimeona wakihama na mattress. But you can afford rent. Just do it. You can get in, do it slowly, or you can just do the way I did it. I did everything. Nika move in na kila kitu may happen. But whatever you do, believe in yourself. Usiaichoka. Ndio kuna mtu mwingine ata believe in you, sawa? Nawapenda sana. Subscribe, like, comment. Woi. The journey is to 500 subscribers, okay? Help me get to that. I want us to grow a community together. Nawapenda sana. Bye bye. Nitaweka ma recipe TikTok. Bye guys.